Hi guys, John here, Common Sense Outdoors. I've been playing around with trying to figure out how to do something. Long time subscriber, well, it's obviously less than a year, but one of my first subscribers made a comment. I did a video showing how you can put my fire aspect that I use on my True Survival bracelet and my True Survival keychain. But you can also put that fire aspect part onto your bootlaces. And I did a video a while back about changing out to paracord bootlaces and putting that on your bootlace. Anyway, he had left a comment with an idea that he came up with from watching that. And in return, his idea gave me more ideas. So I've been working on something today, trying to figure out how to make it work, like I said. And we're going to tip the camera down here in a second and see if we can make it work. When you tie up your boots, you end up with this tag ends that basically have no purpose other than it makes your laces long enough that you can tie them easily. So that's the area we're going to deal with. Here I have a 10-foot piece of 20-pound braided fishing line. I'm just going to wrap it up around my two fingers. Now, a couple of things about 10 feet of braided fishing line. Next, what I'm going to do is I have a size 12 barrel swivel with a clip. And I want to take that clip, I've opened it up, and I'm just going to slide all those loops that I just wrapped around my finger through that clip. I'm going to slide that off my fingers and try to close that. This one's pretty stiff. There we go. Now I have that swivel through all those wraps. Now, like I started to say, let me go ahead and turn the camera down and I'll talk while I'm working. Okay, what I started to say was, as far as 10 feet of braided fishing line goes, you can't do this with monofilament. No way, no how. If you do, you'll be sorry. Braided fishing line has almost no memory, so no matter how tight you coil it around something, when you uncoil it, it'll go back to being straight. Monofilament has a lot of memory, and you'll never get the line to go straight again. Okay, I've got a straw. I'm going to cut it off at 5.5 inches. Oops. Now, I can't just crimp this flat and melt it. It'll be too wide. So what I got to do is get it to fold over on itself and then crimp it. Okay, so now I've sealed up one end of the straw. Next thing we're going to do, okay, I've already tried this several times. Between camera issues and other issues, I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. I've already cut off the tip of my bootlace. So let me use this one. I cut it off, I slid it down, and I pulled out the inner strands, and I cut out 6 inches of the inner strands and then pulled it back up. So this first 6 inches of the paracord has been gutted and it's hollow. Then I just took my finger and pushed it in the tip into the casing like this and singed it so that it won't unfray on me. Next we're just going to take the straw and start it into the casing. We're going to take the clip and the fishing line. We're going to fold over the swivel part onto the clip part. Just slide that runaway tag end back in there. Okay, so fold it over. Flat, like so. I'm going to set that inside the straw. I've got a piece of wire. Just going to catch that swivel. Slide that fishing line all the way in. Then once it's in there, I'm going to start sliding up my paracord a little bit. Get as much as this slid up the straw as I can. This piece of wire I'm using is, I'm not sure what gauge it is. It's probably half the thickness of a coat hanger. Just keeps working this casing up the straw. Okay, to about there. This straw is longer than I need it to be. Now I'm going to slide it back down. I'm holding it here at the bottom, but sliding it back down. Actually, I'm going to have to let more than that go down. You have to kind of feed your stuff into the straw as you go. You'd never get it in there if you tried to put these items in the straw first. So next we're going to take a split shot, reusable split shot sinker. We're going to slide it in. That'll kind of give us something good to push against. Let's go ahead and stick 2 of those in now. These are size BB. Okay, slide that paracord casing up a little bit. You work it over that sinkers, bump where the sinkers is. Sinkers are, sinkers is. Okay, I don't need all the length of this straw, so I've only got a couple more things I'm going to put in there. So now let's slide it back down just a little bit again. See, I've messed up my straw end. Let's go ahead and get rid of some more of this straw. Let's clip off an inch. What is it? About 1.5 inches. Next thing we're going to do is put some hooks in here. These are small, size 12 bait holder hooks. You're not going to catch a shark with these, but you catch like a 12-inch trout no problem with this size of a hook. You'll line all 3 of these up together. And try to put them in at the same time. Now we should be able to take and push on the top eye and slide them right in. So what do we got now? We got our swivel, 2 split shot, 3 hooks. Let's put in another swivel. Work that casing up some more. And let's see if we can finish it off with one more split shot. Yeah, that one's got a funny little wing on it. Don't like that one. So now we have 3 split shots. Sinkers. I'm sorry, bumping the table around. 3 sinkers, 3 hooks, 2 swivels, and 10 feet of braided fishing line. The braided fishing line, I don't know if I already said this or not, but then we're just going to take and crimp this end down, fold it over on itself, melt that, seal that up. With any luck, we'll be able to slide this up the rest of the way. Just like that. And we'll singe our paracord together. Anyway, I was starting to say the fishing line is meant to be my leader. The inner strands of the rest of my bootlace can also be used to fish with. But if I tie a hook onto that white inner strand, I'm not going to catch near the fish I will with that green braided fishing line as a leader. So just this bootlace, if I take 6 inches of the inner strands out from each side, I still have 5 feet, because my bootlace is 6 feet long. I still have 5 feet of inner strands times 7, so that's 35 feet, which can be broken down, split in 2, or broken down even more if I needed more, that I can also use this fishing line. So 35 more feet without breaking anything down. 50-pound line right there. Each inner strand is rated for 50 pounds. Now on the other side, I've already done this straw. There's only a couple more things I wanted to be able to put in here. And one of them is a 6-inch piece of jute twine. We're just going to fold it over. Take our wire and slide it on down. Somebody keeps bending my wire up. Okay. So there is 6 inches of jute twine, which would be more than enough to catch a spark with my scraper and my ferro rod. Slide my casing back down, and I'm going to slide this in there. And all this is I've taken 2 pieces black electrical tape, 3 inches long each, and rolled them up. And I've slid a needle inside. This needle is a multi-purpose item. You can do a lot with a needle, including if I had to sew up a bad cut or something with some fishing line or inner strands in that needle. The 2 pieces of electrical tape are just big enough to wrap around your finger. If you had a cut, you could use it as a band-aid with a piece of material off your shirt or something. So now we have good tinder to catch our spark. We've got a needle. We've got a couple of band-aids. Well, redneck band-aids. 2 pieces of electrical tape. Whatever stops the bleeding. If you had to cut a little tab of cloth off your shirt or something and then wrapped it with that tape, it would make a band-aid. You know what? I got just a little bit of room right there left. Cut some of that straw down, see if I can get anything else I want in there. Well, I think that's good. I probably could fit a couple more hooks or something in this side, but we're going to call that good. So let's take our pliers, fold that over, melt that shut, keep it nice and dry, make our jute tinder in there safe. Pull that casing up. It sounds like the neighbor lost a dog over there or something. Alright, there we go. Now, hope you can see all that. My battery is about to die, so we're going to finish this video up. Oops, after I bumped the table around a little bit. Alright guys, so now I have survival kits in my, shaking the table around on you, sorry. So I have miniature survival kits in my bootlaces. I have my ferro rod, I have my striker plate, I have the saw teeth on my striker plate, I have my paracord. Inner strands on this bootlace are going to be 35 feet plus the 6-foot outer casing. All this stuff we just put in there, 2 swivels with clips, 10 feet of fishing line, 3 BB split shot, 3 number 12 bait holder hooks, what did I say? I said 2 swivels. And on this side we've got 6 inches of jute twine, a small needle, and 2 3-inch pieces of electrical tape. Also the straw, if you were to break into this to use it, you want to clip just the tip so that you don't cut that fishing line. And if you do that and then you can find a stick and slide your items out without damaging the straw, that 4.5, 5-inch whatever piece of straw we ended up with in there, it could come in useful also, whether it's blowing your fire into flame or it's a little short for that, but you could also use it to suck water off of leaves or something if you had to in a survival scenario. So that's another item that you might not think of as being something that you can use, but it's in there and there is uses for it. Alright guys, like I said, the battery's about to die. I'm going to finish this up. I hope you guys like the idea. It wasn't entirely my idea. Like I said, we went back and forth with some ideas before I came up with this right here. Alright guys, thank you for your support, your views, your comments, your likes. If you haven't seen it, I put up a video 4 days ago, I think. I got a giveaway going in progress now. So if you haven't got in on that, go check that out. And we'll see you in the next one.